Subscribe to Gizmo Times and get notified about our latest videos by hitting the bell icon. Hey guys, welcome to Gizmo Times. This is Chetan and this is a quick FAQ of the Samsung Galaxy A10. While the review is underway, there were quite a lot of questions that we might not cover in the review, and so we thought let's do a FAQ with the most frequently asked questions that you guys had in our unboxing and gaming videos as well as on our Twitter channel. So this is the Galaxy 10 FAQ, and let's start with the basics, that is about how good the performance of the phone is, and based on the specs, how good is it. So this comes with the Exynos 7884 chipset. With the gaming, I was surprised it could handle the HD graphics. It could not handle it, but it could at least provide it. So I was surprised that the chipset has the support, but it wasn't doing that well. And given that it has 2 GB of RAM, I don't really say that it would be a great phone when it comes to performance. And with the benchmarks, here are the scores that the phone has got. Again, based on what it offers, that's 2 GB of RAM, the score is quite decent, 89,000 for Antutu, and these are the Geekbench scores. But again, I'd say that 2 GB is not enough for the current day Android. If it's the custom skin, again that would again take up a bit more load, and 2 GB of RAM is not really enough. So with the performance, for now it's still not lagging, it's not that bad, but with days I'm sure with Samsung phones that happens. It goes down with the performance, and that might happen with the Galaxy A10 as well. And how good is it against the Galaxy M10 is the next question. The Galaxy M10 is another good phone, but the problem is with the A10, the problem is that it doesn't come with the dual lens camera combination which was on the M10, and with the M10 in the dual lens, the second one is a wide angle camera which is quite helpful in taking the wide shots, and that is not there on the Galaxy A10. So that is where I would easily say that the M10 is better, and also with the battery life, the M10 is better than the Galaxy A10. You can anyway check out the video that we are linking here to check the comparison of the Galaxy A10 and the Galaxy M10. And next, how is the display of this phone? Is it Super AMOLED? With the A series, we had seen the phones to come with Super AMOLED displays. All the phones so far were the Super AMOLED ones. That's the Galaxy A30, Galaxy A50, and the upcoming Galaxy A70 as well. But the Galaxy A10 stucks at IPS LCD. It's not a Super AMOLED. I will not fret upon Samsung on this one, since it's a basic phone, 9,000 rupees, 8,490 actually. And for that, Super AMOLED obviously might be costing a bit more, so the company has stuck to the basics, and they don't have that Super AMOLED display, though the viewing angles are still not bad, and the display still seems fine for the price. But I would have been happier if it was Super AMOLED, since Samsung has that tradition of offering that display on the Galaxy A series and S series phones. And does it have an LED notification light? No, it doesn't have a LED notification. It doesn't even have the always on display. So you don't have any way to check if the phone is charging, if you have notifications, unless you turn on the screen. So there's no notification LED light on this phone. Next question is about the sensors that are present on this phone. While I mentioned the sensors anyway here, the sensors are accelerometer, proximity sensor, as well as the virtual light sensor, which are the ones that are mentioned by Samsung on their website. These are the sensors though through the benchmarks. So acceleration sensor is there. There's no light sensor, which is obvious with Samsung. They don't offer it on most of their phones, on the budget phones or even mid-range phones. There's no gyroscope. So someone who's into gaming, they know gyroscope is helpful, so that's not there. Motion sensor is there, and there's a proximity sensor as well. So there's nothing else offered here in the form of sensors on the Galaxy A10. Next question is about the Samsung Pay support. In the mid-range phone, Samsung doesn't have the Samsung Pay directly, which takes advantage of their MST, but it's the Samsung Pay Mini. If you drag it down, drag it up from the bottom of the phone, you see the Samsung Pay Mini here, and what it does is it uses the UPI technology for the transfer of the amount, and that is where the barcodes help in making payments. So this is the Samsung Pay Mini, which is present on some of the Samsung smartphones already. So Samsung Pay Mini is an easier way, it doesn't need that technology. Next question is about the SIM cards. The SIM tray is present on the left side of the phone, and here you see 3 slots. One is the micro SD card slot, that's a dedicated micro SD card slot, and there are 2 nano SIM card slots, and both of them offer the dual VoLTE, that's dual 4G. So we right now have Jio, but I did take a screenshot earlier when I had the Airtel SIM on it together, and there was support for LTE 3G and 2G on both the SIM cards. That's the SIM 1 and SIM 2. So they do support the VoLTE on both the SIM cards, and that is at least good that you don't have to worry about which SIMs to insert on this phone, since most of them are supported in India. And the presence of dedicated micro SD cards is also there. The micro SD card slot can support up to 512 GB of expanded storage, though I'm sure if you have so many files it would still make the phone's performance worse. Next is about the security that is offered on this phone. The security offered is only the face unlock using the front facing camera. There's no fingerprint sensor on this phone, which is kind of disappointing. Even the budget phones, 6,000, 7,000 rupee phones have that. It was just a fingerprint sensor that was required here, but that's not there. But there is face unlock, which I'm using right now. So this is the face unlock. It would give that little animation on the top of the phone, and that is the face unlock, but it's not the fastest. There's adequate light here. Still it takes time to unlock the phone, but there is face unlock, that is one thing. And the basic other options are the pattern pin and password, which are the other options for security of the phone and unlocking of the phone. Next is about the call quality. One thing about the budget phones is always about the compromises made on the calls, but Samsung has made sure that there is no issue in that way. Here there's the microphone towards the bottom of the phone, and not just that, there's also the secondary microphone towards the top for the noise cancellation. And we tried calling on this phone for a few times, and both ways the quality was good. Not just the call quality on the earpiece that is given on the grill here on the top, but also with the secondary microphone that you see here, there was quite some good noise cancellation around, and the person on the other side was able to take the voice quite well. So the microphone quality is also good. Next is about the connectivity of this phone. We already talked about the VoLTE and the 4G network support. There's also support for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and GPS. There's no NFC, there's no other special features. Everything is quite well, and whatever is supported works quite well on this phone. Even the 4G reception and the Wi-Fi reception can be called good enough for this smartphone. Next is about the speaker output. The speaker is not present towards the bottom of the phone. It is on the back of the device, just like the Galaxy M10. And one issue with this is when you're trying to play games, you might have to use the earphones, since this might get covered with your palm or your finger when you're playing games. So that is one issue with the speaker. And the other issue is that the speaker quality, though is good, the sound comes out to be quite good. The output of the speaker is not good. The output seems to be not so great when you're trying to play music or so. With the ringtones, I'm not sure how the ringtones play more than the regular audio, but that is with the speakers, and the quality seems to be quite good. So this is how you play game, and that is where this would get stuck. The speaker would get blocked. So that is with the speaker quality. And the last thing is about the USB OTG connectivity on this phone. This phone does support USB OTG. We were first skeptical about even this support being remote, but we do have a USB OTG drive to directly show you. So this is the USB connected now, and if you pull down, there is a USB OTG that is connected and shown as the Kingston USB drive. And so this is the USB storage that is present here, and it clearly shows in the My Files app of the Samsung's A10 smartphone, and you can unmount it from the notification settings itself. So this is the USB OTG support which is present on the Samsung Galaxy A10. And one more thing that we missed out is about the camera. The camera quality is not bad. It's for a budget phone, it's quite a good camera, though it's a single camera, which might be a bit of a disappointment for some users. But there are enough things that you can do with the camera. There is panorama mode, pro mode, and you can take full HD videos with this phone, not more than that. And that's the only possibility with this phone, and still it's not bad at all. You can take good enough HDR photos as well. The color reproduction is not so good, but it's okay and acceptable. So this is all about the Samsung Galaxy A10. The FAQ of this phone. If you still have anything else to ask about this phone, do let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to answer that, and subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thanks for watching, and see you in our next video.